got 259D3 Caterpillars track skid steer loader. We're using a power rake. Power rake attachment, and we're going over the cart path. We're trying to get rid of the pothole. Up ahead we got, an area that's really bad. So golfers are out. So I mean, I may get hit by a golf ball, but I don't know how that works. Happy I'm doing this. They're the ones complaining about the pothole, so that's why we're doing this. Golfers aren't happy. So I think what happens, it's very hard to get rid of potholes. I might go over that spot again. I'm gonna raise this up back up there. There's bad spots like that. We're gonna take off the turtle mode. So now we're gonna turn on the rabbit mode. And this thing really cruises. Those lines on there. Keep the grass on the outside of those. There's a golfer right there. So there, that's a bad spot. I can still see those potholes a little bit. So we're going to just kind of ease into it. Nice and gentle. I got no angle on this. The two cylinders to angle this are not working for whatever reason. I can't figure out. I don't really need them, but when I'm turning, it would be really handy on these really sharp curves. Because you can angle it towards the direction you're going. Guys are teeing off. I think I'm just going to wait for them to get ahead of me because I don't want to get hit by a ball. Well, we got to go into turtle mode. That's why this thing's weaving all over. Can't control your speed. So in the turtle mode, we got 20 speeds. So you can raise and lower. You can go down. I can go down to 1. I'm going to try going down to 1. Wait for these golfers. There's one right there. That's on full speed. I got this lever all the way forward. I was talking to a guy a couple of weeks ago, and he said the case skid steers like this. Each hand controls one track when you push it forward and reverse. I'm just going to shut this down. So each lever controls your forward and reverse of each track. You can't drive with one hand unless you want to go in circles. So that would drive me nuts. This one hand controls your 2 tracks. So I can move this forward. You got to bring it up a little. See? Now we're in creeper mode. And if I go this way, yeah, there we go. We're going to put this back in gear here. I'll bring this up to 12, 13. Yeah. To engage it, you just push forward on that and hold it. And that flash, when that stops flashing, that little hydraulic symbol there, it's continuous hydraulics. That's controlled by this button right here. No, this one here. Idle up to. There's also a foot control throttle right here. And we're gonna go. We're gonna drop, ease it in real gentle. I want to dig a big hole. You can see here, it's kind of ugly looking. They need more stone dust right here. We're exactly the same width as the path, so Gotta really keep this thing dead center. The edge there is right on the edge of the sod. Over there, the same thing. I think they need 3 inches of stone dust right here. It's windy today, so the dust is really flying up in the air. You know what's really neat about this machine is the fan for the engine coolant rod, radiator. It's a hydraulic motor. And I think it blows at a very slow speed. And then the computer, every so many minutes of operation, reverses direction and just blasts it. And it blasts all the dirt straight up in the air. Kind of neat. I think it's brilliant. So your engine compartment stays a little cleaner. It blows all the dirt out of your rod. Yeah, we're digging into them. So this is really good. They need some. Anyway, I just cut up a 4-inch rock right there. Stuck in the freaking. Yeah, look at that. This is ugly. Ugly. Because I can't angle it, I can't really make it narrow. There, look at there's a 6-inch freaking rock right there. Now, someone's gonna have to come behind me and pick this stuff up because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. This ain't part of the plan. Okay, I'm gonna get out and just push it to the side. Push that over to the edge. I'll call the manager and tell him that he's gonna have to come pick some of this stuff up. I don't think I should even be raking right here. I think I'm gonna skip this section. It's just not enough stone dust here. The things I have to do. We'll just throw that big rock right now. Bring the bush over there. Okay, I'll just prop this up here somewhere. You guys can watch me do that. Oh, yes, of course. You gotta lower this thing here. The door won't open. The newer models, I think I understand that you can actually open the door with the loader arms up a little bit. See that little sensor right there? As soon as the door opens, you can still move forward and reverse. See? It's moving. Like the hydraulics lock, which is a good safety feature. Okay, I'm gonna go move that and then I'll be right back. Just leave it right here. Well, I'm not gonna power right here. Yeah, we're gonna just jump ahead. It's not making it any nicer anyway. So pile of stone dust on this path. They don't want to spend the money. You know, it's all about money. Everything's about money. So to do it right, they need to put about 4 inches there, not 3, maybe 5. potholes here, so they're not too bad. Maybe I'll go over this. Start here. Okay, so we're gonna put it in creeper. We're in. See the little rabbit? That's the high speed. This is called a 2-speed machine. So when we put the, there's the little turtle, not turtle, snail, shows up. We're gonna engage this thing. Gotta hold it for about 3-4 seconds. Then you let go. It stops flashing. Continuous hydraulics are on now, and now we engage. It's like the Starship Enterprise. Engage. Ensign. Engage. And we're going to try and get rid of these potholes. We're like barely, because I can't angle it, I can't even make it any narrower. So I think when it's fully angled, you go about 3-4 inches narrower. It's not exactly straight, but it's not angled either. I got no angle. We're ripping up saw on the edges. Okay, we're just gonna ease it out. Bring it back. Take it out of snail, go into rabbit. That looks better. That does look better. I think I'm gonna go over it a second time. We'll just hope that they're happy with that. Put it back in snail. You get the snail back. And engage again. We can rest this casters on the ground, and we can get some sort of control on the depth. Ease it down and back, and roll it back. There we go. There is a bit of material here, so. This car path's too narrow here. It should be a foot wider. This golf course was built in the 1950s or 60s, late 50s, early 60s, and I don't know if these are original holes. Some of the holes are original, they date back to the grand opening, some of the 18 holes, but slowly over time they've closed a lot of holes and they've opened new ones. That seems to be what they do, and then they build houses on the old holes, schools, houses, grocery stores, whatever they feel like selling it, whoever they sold the land to the school, so the school wouldn't be there if it wasn't for this builder selling them the land. Build the school, they need schools. We're gonna ease out here, I think. I don't think I'm gonna do this upper part here. I'm just gonna jump ahead. It's ugly again over this hill. And we got golfers in the distance. And it's kind of surrounded by a neighborhood. A lot of golf courses, modern golf courses, are built that way. They build houses between the holes. So there's just this one hole. It's completely surrounded by houses, all 4 sides. We're going to be coming up to it real soon. And then, I don't know, it seems to be working with the golfers. They don't seem to even notice. I'm kind of like the invisible man. Nobody really notices me until I don't do my job. Then everybody notices. The minute I stop doing my job, everybody notices. Before that, I am the invisible man. Okay, we're eased back in. There's some potholes right ahead there. So there's little ponds. They don't build any more ponds anymore because once you build a pond, it's pretty well there for eternity. I think it's very complicated to remove a pond. So when you build ponds, you lose land. So the whole the whole new course is designed with no ponds, drainage. All the water has to drain. Losing land is not good for business. So this pond, even if they close this hole eventually one day and build houses here or supermarket or school or a library or a police station or whatever they want, a fire station, that pond will stay there. They'll probably just, they'll have to deal with it, stay exactly where it is. So they don't build any more ponds. I think they should be encouraged to build ponds, but I think the thing is, you lose land, so it's not economically smart. But it's good for the environment, but it's bad for the economically. So the builder takes a hit, the developer takes a hit, but everybody benefits from a pond. You got water retention, you got aquatic life, you got ducks, you got fish, you got I got 20 acres, and I had a lot of people suggest to me, don't ever build a pond. And I kind of agree with them, because now I would a half an acre pond, you're now down to 19.5 acres. Put it below. That's okay. We got lots of potholes here. So we're coming up on the green. Here's the golfers are up there, chasing balls. Hey! There's somebody commenting here. I wasn't sure if I had comments turned on or off or what. I can't even read it. Good morning, Randy. I'm at work, but I'm at work, but I wanted to say hi. That looks like a nice place. It is a nice place. It's beautiful here. When you work in the, we've done a lot of work. Most of the work we do is in unfinished holes. No grass, there's no. It's just it's a mud hole. It's either wet and muddy, or it's hot and dry and dusty. So my nickname here is Dusty. So I'm covered in dust most of the time. So here's the bunker. There's the hole over there. If it'll focus, it won't focus. I'm gonna get out with a rag and I'm gonna clean this windshield because it's absolutely filthy. Look at the mud. She's a little bit dirty here. We're gonna do about 5 or 6 hours of this, so I don't know if I should do it. I'm probably gonna get a call and I'll have to leave. But so far nobody's called me. I knew if I did a video really early this morning, nobody would bug me. So there's the hole right there. They've got it placed right at the edge up there. They move the holes every week, I think. Right now it's up at the very top of the green. And this is mesh. It's focusing on the mesh right there. Here we go. It's beautiful, eh? It's surrounded by trees. On the other side of those trees are houses. You can't see them, but over here you can see them. We're gonna go to a hole that's completely surrounded by houses. The next one. We gotta cross the street over here. I'm gonna put it in. We're gonna come out of Snail. We're gonna go into Rabbit. Bring the RPMs up. My foot, because I had knee surgery, this foot control here doesn't work for me. If I raise the seat to the maximum height, I can use it, but even then, all day, it's really hard on my. I I have trouble bending my foot, and then I'm not used to using the throttle on the foot throttle. I use it on the tractor. The farm tractors, I always use the foot throttle. But this machine is just not made for someone my height. 6'2". Not really made for a big ape like me. Yeah, we're gonna cross the street. We're right out on the road here. So watch your traffic. Say there's a street. It'll focus. There we go. And then over here. So then we go back in this one hole. It's the only one on the whole course. It's all by itself, and it's completely surrounded by houses. And I can't remember if the path's in bad shape here or what, but you gotta watch this corner here. Somebody could be coming towards me, and yeah, we're at hole 10. So I think after I'm done this hole, we're gonna jump up to the other end of the course. I think this is the worst one. They put this fence. I was asking, why did they put that fencing there? I think it's because people are shanking. What do you call that when you hit the ball and it goes off the end of your club, and then it goes over here and it breaks a window of a house. So I mean, the trees do protect a little bit, but the oddball gets through between the trees and breaks windows. So it's not that bad so far. That fence wasn't there 2 years ago. That was just put there, I think, middle of last summer or something. And they're still using those tees. Okay, we got potholes. Okay, we're gonna engage. Yeah, I like Star Trek. Engine, engage. We're gonna turn this thing back on. Go to the snail mode. We got our 13 speeds. Around 13. Lucky number. And then we're going to just ease in and go forward at the same time. So we're going to do this while moving. If I don't do it while moving, it kind of tends to dig a hole. We're going to try and erase these potholes right here ahead of us. I might even give it a little more power. This is hard. We're up 2,500 RPMs. It's really hard stuff. It stops the drum from turning. A little more power, it will just power its way through. This needs more stone dust here. Okay, we're going to ease out. We're going to back up. And we're going to go over it one more time. Take it out of snail and put it in high speed. And we're going to motor back. Okay. You can see where we started there. You can see those straight lines. That's those teeth on that. Carbide teeth on there. Oh. Okay, easy now. Easy now. We got to go back into snail mode. Cannot go forward in that high-speed mode. Holy smokes! It's just like driving a wild horse, a bucking bronco. So by going into that snail mode, okay, we gotta go deep here. Deep. Trying to erase these potholes. That's our main goal here. More stone dust here. They need to probably put about 150 tons of stone dust, maybe 200 tons of stone dust on these paths. I can tell you exactly where they need it to, but they don't seem to want to spend the money on that. That's okay. I think there's a good way. There's a saying about a lot of things that require a lot of money. And I can tell you how to have $1 million with a golf course. Are you listening? So you start with 10 million. And after you spend 9 million, you've got $1 million with a golf course. Maybe you got to start with $1 billion. I don't know. So, no matter how much money you spend on one of these courses, it just seems to be you can spend more. You can always spend more. So they decided not to spend any more on the cart paths. And that's why we're dealing with this. Oh, they've soldered it. Okay. Must have did that yesterday. We just built, did we build a new tee? Yeah, we added a tee box over here coming up. We did that we're going to come across another one too we made. They might have soldered that too. Yesterday it wasn't done, so it was probably done yesterday. Or this couldn't have been done this morning. They start earlier. They start at 6. I start at 7. The guys that operate the course here start at 6. That's brand new sod. That green, the yellow rope. It's bent grass. I think that's super expensive. That sod. It's very. I know a bag of seed, bent grass seed, is like $500. It's about 5 times the price of normal grass seed. And they didn't buy seed, they bought sod, so that's probably even more expensive than that. Yeah, they must have did this yesterday. The sod's still there. Okay, so the irrigation. We worked on the irrigation yesterday. Way to make a tee. We did that with the excavator, and then they soldered it yesterday. They've been waiting. They had problems with the irrigation. It's like trying to concrete. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, but there's rocks flying all over the place here. This is not looking any better. Okay. I'm just gonna skip ahead here. Yeah, so they had problems with the motherboard, or the brains behind the pump. Now I believe that pump is like $150,000 pump. It's not like your regular pump you'd find in a house. Yeah, it could be more than that. So they couldn't, it wouldn't turn on the spring. They borrowed a brain box, the whole operating system. It's probably rented, but anyway. I don't know why they didn't just buy a new one, but this looks fine here. I'm not doing this. And so that took a couple of weeks this spring to get that pump operating. But we've had so much rain that they didn't really need the irrigation system up till now. So, what does that mean? It means if this irrigation ever stopped working on this course, the whole course would be burnt within a week. outside. There's a lot of water. I thought that was overkill when I first saw that. I thought that doesn't make sense. But when you have about, I think they can run 6 or 8 heads at once, or more, maybe even more. I don't know what the limit is. And that's what it takes. It takes 8 inches of water pipe, and it's a loop, so the pressure comes from both ends, so it equalizes. There's no like spots where there's low pressure when you have a loop system like that. I think the guys that work here can tell you all the statistics on the heads. I think they pump out like 100 gallons a minute or something like that, 80 gallons a minute. So when you spin the heads, that's 80 gallons. Oh, 90 foot, so 180 foot diameter. From the center to the outside edge is 90 feet. I'm going to go over that again. Yeah, this is the last spot right there. Yeah, I can still see those bottles through that stuff, so we got to go deeper. Yeah, it doesn't take long to get used to this thing. I was running the rototiller last year, and it's very similar to this. Okay, we're going deep. As long as I don't see big rocks popping up, now we're going to just feather it out. Going to come up. Oh, that's working like a charm. That's good material in there. There's no big rocks. That's good. There's a few big rocks. Okay, they're going to have to live with that. There's the odd chunk of sod going to get mixed in with that, I guess. There's not much I can do. I'll try and feather that out a little better. We're right on the edge on both sides. Okay. Real slow here. I think if you put the casters down and then roll it back, it seems to work better. Okay, that's probably the best I can do with that. Yeah, that wasn't even too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too shabby. What they say. So I've been going at this for almost 2 hours now. Planning on going till about noon, and then I'm getting out of here because I think it's going to be just nuts. Too many golfers by then. We're in a government town, so it's the capital of Canada right here. I'm like a 12 to 15 minute drive from Parliament Hill. Toronto is not the capital of Canada. So you guys need a geography lesson. A lot of people around the world think Toronto is the capital of Canada. It's not. Ottawa is. And we're 12 minutes from downtown Ottawa, from the capital, from Wellington, where the Peace Tower is. So there's a lot of government, or there's probably 90,000 government employees, federal government employees that'll call in sick on Friday on a nice day like this, or if they've got tons of holidays, they'll take a holiday and they'll come golfing. So if they can get a tee time, they're going to be here. And just waking up now, betcha. Saying, boy, maybe I should call in sick today. They got probably 150, 200 days, sick days banked up. I know a bunch of them. They have that. So I say, I don't feel so good. And they'll see them out here on the golf course. I'm not saying anything bad. They're entitled to that. They've earned it. They've earned their sick days. I have 0 sick days. If I get sick, I don't get paid. So even if I was sick right now, I'd be here in this machine running this, because when I'm not sick. That's when I want to be off. If I was too sick to work, of course I wouldn't be working, but okay. That looks better. Oh yeah, that's working like a charm. I think it takes about an hour or 2 hours to get used to this machine. So we've just completely erased those potholes. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go and jump around because I was told this might take 15 hours. I think I can do it in 8. Trying to get rid of potholes on golf course. So, you know what? They're not that bad. I was expecting a lot more. There's the green. No golfers out right now here. Okay. So we're going to leave this hole. This hole comes to an end right here. We're going to cross the street again. And we're up on the other side. I think I'm going to skip that whole section and we're going to go up to, I think it's 13, 12, 13, 14. So they're really bad there. The holes are where we resurfaced this whole pathway on the other side of the road here last year. Or was it 2 years? I think it's 2 years ago. We spent a ton of money resurfacing it, so it's probably not in that bad a shape. I'm going to turn this off. We're going to engage the high speed, so we got the little rabbit. Yeah. So far, no interruptions, no phone calls. I expected that between 7 and 9 in the morning. Nobody even, not one phone call. It's awesome. Last time I did a live video, I did it in, I think it was after lunch. I can't remember now. It would have been 11 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the phone rang continuously. So we gotta watch out. Don't want to get hit by a car here. It's hard to explain to the police. What are you doing with that machine? I'm driving across the road. Power Raking cart path. So just up one side of this hole is houses. See this one? If it was paved, it would look like this. Pretty nice. Okay, we're on 11 here. So all these holes have been renumbered. I don't know what the numbers are. I have to see the sign to know what hole we're at. Because I don't remember what the old course was like, and this is all a new course this year, so we got potholes right here. We're gonna go over this. There we go. Gauge. Once that doesn't flash anymore, it's on. So put the snail on, and then we're gonna drop this thing in slowly. I'm handheld because I forgot my camera mount. I can't find it actually right now. I think it'd be a lot shakier if it wasn't handheld. If it wasn't handheld, because this machine shakes like crazy. There's our speeds. We got 1 to 20 in this snail mode. We're at 13. I might bump it up to 14. This looks pretty good here. I might go over that section again and try and get rid of those really bad potholes. I'm trying to go over twice. And then you gotta watch out for windrows too. So you got a little bit of a windrow there, but there's almost no way for me to get rid of that. Unless we come with another machine. There's no other machine coming behind me, so and it's all up to me. thick layer of stone dust on here. We did this 2 years ago. We did this. I did it. I used this, not this machine, but the other one just like it, the Black Edition. 259 D3. I don't know if the old one was a D3. They added that. I think the old one was a 259. This is a 259 D3. Weighs about 400 pounds more. I don't know where the weight is. Same engine. Basically the same machine. We're in a fast pump right now. Forgot to put it in snail. Just gotta watch it don't tear up the turf on the edge. We got like literally a couple inches on each side, that's it. Comments are turned on, so if you want to leave a comment. If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them. I can't write any responses. Well, I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk. So, duck just flew out of that stream thinking, what the hell? It's the end of the world. Scary machine is coming. So this cart path here is in pretty good shape. I think we did this whole, resurfaced this whole area 2 years ago. It was this time 2 years ago. It was in the spring. And they put maybe 150 tons on about 4 or 5 holes, and I think they're really bad. They're in bad shape. That's why we did it. They constantly spend money on this course. I have to tell you that the maintenance budget for this place is through the. I don't know if it's through the roof, but it's pretty high. A little bit of washboard right here. Planning on doing this path, but I'm gonna ease out here. This is not bad here. Check and see what that looks like. Getting a little windrow on both edges there. Some places both edges. If I just drive on it, I don't know what it looks like. Here, that's what I need to do is just go drive on it. Yeah, it almost disappears. Okay, comments are turned on if you have any questions or me a comment. And then what we're doing is resurfacing. We're power raking a cart path on a golf course with a 259 D3 Caterpillar skid steer with a power rake attachment. It's got this drum with carbide teeth. It spins fairly quickly. I bet you it's spinning at 150 RPM, something like that. And it just removes potholes, washboard. There's a bit of washboard right here, but I'm going to skip ahead. I'm got to get up to 13 or 14. And they said that's one of the worst holes. He really wants to get that one done, and I'm coming up. I told him I'd probably be quit at noon because it's going to be crazy here. golfers come through here today, so I don't want to get hit by a golf ball, and I don't want to be in the way of golfers, distracting them, and they're paying to play here, so what I want to do is get this done, what I can, and then Monday we'll finish up what we didn't do. So we'll see what it looks like by Monday. There'll be enough traffic on here by Monday that if some of these potholes start reappearing, then I don't know what. I think the issue is to resurface with more stone dust. Okay, check that. I'm just gonna check these bad spots. The really bad spots I'm gonna do here, but I'm trying to skip ahead to get to the really bad. Yeah, that looks a lot better, eh? That's what this machine's capable of doing. It's basically like rototilling. I'm just gonna take a little break here. It's basically rototilling that crushed stone up. So it goes down. I think the depth is not very deep, like an inch and a half at the most. I think if you go over it twice, you can probably go down 2.5 inches. The golfers were complaining about the potholes, so I think they're complaining last year. See that netting up there? You got hydro poles with this kind of fishnet type of thing. That's to stop, I guess it's disconnected there. One of these things is like all pushed over here. The wind has blown it over to this pole over here. That's to stop the balls from breaking windows, hitting houses. Because that's a tee off spot right there. That's the white. I think, is that the ladies? Yeah, I think that's the ladies tee off. So if you slice or shank, whichever left or right, the ball, it'll hit a house possibly, I guess. You're not very far away, those houses. It's a whole row of houses all the way up there. So that's why those nets are there. And I think they're expensive. I don't know what it costs to put these in, but I know the poles are about $300-400 a piece. And then you gotta pay to install them, and then you gotta cable them and anchor them and put these guy wires up. So there's a guy wire right there. And I mean, they have to be maintained. This one here, the wind is blowing that net right over. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. I'm gonna go over that spot one more time, and then we're gonna jump ahead again. See all the rain we've been getting? That's all washed. Dust is all washed into the grass there. There's a drain. It's just this little stream over here. A ditch. Drainage ditch. So water runs down. It shouldn't even be. See how the way it's designed here, the cart path is where the water runs. It shouldn't be like that. There should be a low spot in the grass somewhere. It's not designed right. This is the old, I think this is some of the old holes that are existing for years, 50 years. So you got a tee box right there. That's not used anymore. No wonder they had to have that net up. It's even closer to the house. I guess they built this one over here, and they abandoned this one. So there should be like a little valley or a swale right here. Allow the water to run on the grass. It's running right down the cart path. That's the low point. So not only does it erode the cart path, it wets the cart path, and then the carts end up chewing it all to pieces because it gets soft. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna turn this back on. Our break time's over here. Put it back in low. Engage. So that, when that doesn't flash, flash anymore. It's engaged, and then we're gonna bring the idle up to about, I think it worked best around 2500. I'll try it at 2400. And then we're gonna move. Drop it in there. Too deep. We got windrows on both sides. Just deep enough to remove this potholes, washboard. Yeah, we're not getting any windrows there. So. Yeah, there you can see where the erosion is taken right in the middle of the cart path there. A little bit to the left, straight ahead. There's water erosion marks right there. We'll try and fix that. And then if I push this camera button, there's a camera button. We get to see behind us. Not the greatest, but something. Anyway, I'm gonna go a little deeper here. Because we resurfaced, there's lots of stone dust on this path. That's water erosion right there, dead center. So the low point should have been over on the grass right there. The high point should be, the cart path should be kind of a high point or a level spot anyway. Not the low, absolutely not the low point. You're gonna always have this water erosion. Heavy rains are gonna get washouts. There's the tee box right there. That's why that net's there. That's deep. It's being used. That's the yellow. That must be the ladies one there. I thought white was ladies. Must be yellow. The window's broken over the years. Water erosion right there. I think I'll end this video at 1 hour, so trouble sleeping, this is a good video to watch. It's like watching paint dry. Excuse me. This path has been redone, but I think it's the water that's draining. Behind me, it's draining where the cart path is. That's probably why it's so bad. Look at here, it's really bad right here. This would be like really rough in a golf cart. I started some videos last year. It's called, the title is Weird Tool Wednesday. I had some really weird tools I was going to actually throw in the garbage. I was going to kind of get rid of them for steel. I was going to put them, recycle them. And ended up doing a video on them. It was a Wednesday and they were kind of weird. And so I said, these are weird tools. That's what started Weird Tool Wednesday. And ever since then, I did about 20 of them. I think I've had 20 Weird Tool Wednesday videos. And some of them get a lot of views. I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to make a weird tool. And it's going to be a mystery tool. I will tell you what it is at the end, but it's very simple. Very, very simple. That's coming up. As soon as I can make that, I'm going to make it. It's been so wet this year that even if I had that tool, I'm going to make it to do a job that I need to do. And we're going to test it, see if it works okay. I'm going to go over that a third time. I haven't been able to do that job because it's so wet. So there's no point in making it, and plus I got busy with other things, like always. And then, yeah, so we're in high speed. Yeah, there's some bottles that didn't get erased yet. This is looking better for sure. Anything's better than what was there. 3-inch deep potholes right on this curve, so you're trying to turn and you're bouncing all over the place. These little golf carts don't have much suspension. They have maybe an inch of travel, inch and a half. So they're not really designed to drive through deep potholes. I can see why the golfers are upset with this. Oh, we're going to go over a fourth time here. Right here. Better already. The guy that operates the excavator, he's the one that's on this machine normally. He's gone on a fishing trip, so we're over the 1 hour mark. I was planning on ending at 1 hour. Okay, we're gonna just go 5-10 more minutes. So he's away, and I'm the one that's been in this machine the most in the last couple of years. So I should be the running this, but anyway, he's been running. He ran it last time, and I was running the excavator, which is kind of weird. The excavator's running this, and I'm running the excavator. It doesn't make sense. So it was pretty simple. I was just loading that cement buggy, Mechalak, and moving material. I was moving. What was I moving? I was moving clay. We built the tees. I was moving the material for the tees that we built. We're coming up on the other one that I built. You know what? We'll go to that until I get to that tee. It's only about 10 minutes from here. Maybe it could take 15. And then we'll end the video when we get to that. So we're going to remove that. I took some video of that too. You know what, a lot of this video I take, I never end up making a video because the editing just sucks up so much. That's an erosion right there from water erosion. That's water erosion. Which is funny because it's up on a hill like that, so it doesn't make sense, but there it is. Snail to get the time there. My watch fell off my wrist. 9:24, so 2.5 hours. I've been doing this. I'm gonna go till noon. I think I'm gonna go till noon. I might go to 1 o'clock. If there's not too many golfers, I may go to 1 o'clock. I'm not even gonna stop for lunch. I'll just keep going. I might grab my sandwich, eat it while I don't know if I can eat it while I'm operating this, but I will eat one really quick. didn't do everything, but we did most of it. Oh, that's our problem. We're not low. Okay. It's like trying to ride a wild horse when it's in high. Okay, let's see what we did here. Pretty much gone there. Okay. Might just drive on those windrows and kind of race. And that big rock in the middle, we're gonna have to live with that. That's gonna stay there. Not too big, it's about 2 inches. When you go deep like that, you start hitting the rock down deep underneath the stone dust, and then it just pulls it up to the surface, which is not what you want. It's not really good at all. Okay, we're gonna cruise. We're cruising up to the new tee. We built this just about a month ago. And we're gonna end the video when we get to that. Another erosion spot, but it's not too bad. I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm supposed to be up on another hole now, so I'm gonna try and get those done. I don't see any potholes here. There's one right there, so we might go over this one. Definitely go over this. Over here, might as well do it. On the other side of that tree row right there is where we built the tee. We built a little retaining wall of 3 great big rocks, about 8 feet long. Yeah, this thing's amazing. Look at that. Completely erased. But we got a bit of a windrow. We gotta go come out a little gentler. Ease it out a little slower and try and feather that out. So you got a little bit of a bump right there. Okay, so back in the slow roll. The guy that owns this machine has been talking about buying one of these attachments. He's rented one of these long enough to be kind of wish they would have bought one, but they used to be $11,000, $12,000. Now they're $20,000. Everything's gone up for inflation, but I don't think the hourly rate for this thing would justify a $20,000 machine attachment. It's just an attachment. So when it's not attached to this thing, it's not making money. If it was the only attachment for this machine, I'd say, yeah, you should buy it. But how much stuff do you need? We bought 2 when I was in business, buying equipment to do snow removal. We bought too much stuff. We had too much equipment, but we had to have it all for the worst snowstorms of the year. But about 95% of the time, in the winter, in the dead of winter, most of it wasn't being used. To be able to get through a winter, you had to have a pile of machines. And this guy's in the same boat. How many? He bought the rototiller last year. That's about a $10,000, $12,000 attachment. It's not being used right now. So it's sitting there not being used. It's not utilized. Not making money. It's a hard judgment to make. What do you spend your money on? Try and provide your customers with, I always disposal. We don't have to rent machines. We don't have to buy something because we don't have it. We already have it. So you're hiring the guy with all the, we had, for tree removal, we had chainsaws, stump grinders, chippers, dump trucks, dump trailers, loaders to load blocks of wood, big logs. We had everything. I had somebody once tell me, "Oh, tree removal is a good business to begin. There's no overhead." We'd show up at someone's house with $150,000, $200,000 worth of machines to try and make $500 or $1,000. Some tree job we're doing. That's not overhead. What is overhead? I don't understand what that is. Like, that's the dumbest thing. If you ride your bicycle with a chainsaw on your back and you consider yourself you're in tree removal, you're not really dreaming. People won't hire you because what are they going to do with the brush and the wood? You gotta have ropes. You gotta have, like, there's a whole list of mile long of stuff you need to do tree removal. I had a clipboard with a sheet and we'd load equipment to do trees. For guys who were new, I'd give them the clip, I'd say load all this stuff. Rakes, pitchforks, brooms, shovels, wheelbarrows, chainsaws, chain oil, gas, chainsaw toolbox, extra chains. Service to someone, you better have an operator who knows what he's doing. You better have mechanics on standby if something breaks. You can't finish the job because some bolt broke loose and the machine's down. You better have a toolbox in your truck. You better have knowledge on how to fix things, basic knowledge. Like, I don't think there's been a week go by since I've started working in my 20s where we didn't have to fix something real quick. Keep working. Even if you rent a machine, it's not your responsibility to maintain a rental machine. But we would have sod machines, sod cutters break on us, I'd be out there with my toolbox replacing parts, changing bolts. I would change bolts. I wouldn't change parts, but I'd fix the machine because it was cheaper for me to fix it and keep working than to bring it back to the rental place and have no machine at all. And they may not have a second machine to rent you. So you had to open your toolbox, and sometimes I would take a bolt off the truck or some other machine. I'd take something off, just to get by. Shear bolt breaks, you don't have any shear bolts. Pull a bolt out of something. Get it up and running again. Finish the job. Because that $1.25 bolt is stopping 3 guys from working. Customer, the customer you're supposed to be at tomorrow, you're not going to get there because you didn't finish the job. You're going to be an extra half a day or an extra day because things didn't go well, and it's going to take longer to do the job you're doing today. So the job tomorrow was booked till not Monday, it's going to be Tuesday. We're going to have to go over this twice. It's bad here. Sense would tell you gotta open your toolbox and fix the damn thing. It's not too complicated. If something needs to be welded, we load it on the trailer, bring it back to our shop, weld the damn thing. I remember renting a cement buggy. We were resurfacing one of the trail systems in the parks we work at. It's a federal park, and we've been on a contract to resurface a trail, and the cement buggy broke. We were moving 200 tons of pit run gravel, and my brother said, well, we'll just bring it back to the rental place. I said, no, we need this thing. And it just happens, we always seem to be lucky. It broke at the end of the day, so we loaded it on the trailer, full trailer, floated it back to our shop, which is a good half an hour drive. I welded it that night. I worked late that night. I took a piece of angle and I welded the brace where it was the hydraulic dump cylinder, I think, that broke. The attachment point for the hydraulic cylinder broke. So we couldn't dump it anymore. The machine was still working, but you'd have to shovel it out. If you don't have a machine that dumps hydraulically, you can't dump it anymore. You're going to be shoveling. So welded a piece of angle on there just quick. It took about, I think it's one of these jobs should have taken 5-10 minutes. It took probably 20 minutes. And put it back on the flow trailer. And the next day it was back working again. Everybody was working. We had 4 or 5 guys working on that job. So that machine, we had that, and we had these little tiny that was a big machine. Well, not big, it wasn't too big, but it was the size of a Toyota Corolla. But we had these little miniature cement buggies. They were literally about 30 inches wide at the most. And you could drive on the boardwalks. They had these boardwalks over these wet areas. So we could drive these cement buggies on these boardwalks and do these sections of the trail system. And the only way we could think of doing it without that cement buggy is with a wheelbarrow. Pushing a wheelbarrow. And you literally got to push it 300 yards. And they had a great big steering wheel, and they could turn on a dime. But the steering wheel, you had to rotate the steering wheel about 8 times to get the wheel to turn. It was made for moving cement, so it was ideal for what we're doing. Anyway, everything was done with a machine on that job. And even the grading afterwards, I had a piece of mesh from the screening machine, and I dragged it behind a small tractor with a chain, and I put a big rock on it. I need a little more weight, and it raked the whole trail system. It was like 1.5, 2 miles of trail, like this little cart path, but it was going through a forest, and it graded it perfectly. I think it was all hand raked. Okay, we're coming up to the new T. This is where I said that would end this video. Just gonna get rid of a few more potholes here. This bad spot right here. Yeah, 13 is where I gotta go. See the new T way off in the distance. They mulched around the tree, which is where you see that reddish stuff, orangey red, around that big, I think that's a maple tree. And there's a little bench there. And over to the left of that, we'll go look at that in a minute. As soon as I've done these potholes here, we're going to look at that. Couldn't do the sod on those tees until they had the irrigation up and working. So it was planned to do, I think they did it yesterday while we were fixing the irrigation. I got a bit of a bump there going on right here. Okay, we'll go look at that. I'm going to fix this up afterwards. We're going to end this video in 2 minutes. Stop this thing here. Get out a snail, put the rabbit on. There we go. I'm gonna boot it over there. You can see those carbide teeth. There's a bad pothole right there. Nope, they didn't saw it yet. I thought it was sawed. Okay, they did one. They did the one behind us. This hole 13. We built this T, I think it's 2 years ago. And they used it I think they started using it last summer. So we built this one here a month ago. that slope coming up the from this side, from the cart path here. You park your golf cart right here, and then you have to walk up this. It was too steep. So we put these 3 stones. Each one of those stones is around 7 or 8 feet long. They would probably weigh over 1,000 pounds each. We put those in the cement buggy, and I dumped them on the ground there, and then they were placed there, and then we put a bunch of nice rock, I think it's 0 to 2 inch, and then we topped it off with stone dust. We ordered a couple of, I think we ordered a load of stone dust. It's right behind us. There's still some there. Not much, but there's a little bit. So that was all built just recently. And then they're gonna sod this probably next week. It's Friday. So I don't think they're doing it today. But they sod it with bent grass. The whole thing's done with bent grass. It's very expensive. I don't know what it costs. It used to be $1 a square foot. No, $1 a roll. When I was first starting out about 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you could buy a roll of sod. It was 9 square feet. 1 yard is 9 feet. It's 3 feet by 3 feet square. Now it's a meter, so I think it's like 10 square feet now, or 10 and a half, 11 feet. I bet you that bent grass is $12, $15 a roll. I'm totally guessing. I could ask the manager here. That's what they're going to sod that. And they can use it this summer. If they seed it, it'll take probably till the end of next summer until they can use it. So by sodding it, they can use it right away. So a lot cheaper to seed it, but it means I've been able to use it for a year, over a year. So there's the hole down there. That red flag you see. It's very short. This must be a par 3. And there's the yellow tee box right there. You can see the yellow markers. And there's some white ones down there too somewhere. The ladies tee off must be the white ones. Okay, I think that's it. We're going to end this video. If you just tuned in, we're not rotivating. We're power raking cart path at a golf course. So, and I'm just talking about different things. So, thanks for tuning in.